People are always talking about the Medicare Supplement Medigap plan known as Plan G, and why not? It's a fantastic plan with very simplistic, easy to understand benefits and very popular across the nation for Medicare beneficiaries. But what people don't talk about as much or realize in most cases is that there's 3 different types of Plan Gs that are available in the Medicare marketplace for seniors. And in this video, we're going to talk about what those 3 Plan G options are. My name is Christian Brindle. I'm a licensed insurance agent specializing in Medicare health plans. I'm the owner and founder of Christian Brindle Insurance Services, also known as Everything Senior Insurance. And let's talk about the 3 different Plan Gs, most of which people don't know about. So let's start with the most basic of the Plan G options, the one that's more mainstream, that people probably more find themselves familiar with than the other 2 that we're going to discuss in this video, and that's just the regular Plan G. The regular Plan G is very, very simple. When you have a Medicare supplement plan, it acts as a secondary to Medicare, okay? So Medicare is your primary for medical benefits, okay? Original Medicare, Parts A and Part B. It is your primary insurance for medical benefits because medical benefits is all that original Medicare covers. And it comes as a secondary and pays the things on the medical benefits that Medicare doesn't leave behind. Medicare has most famously a 20% out of pocket for most charges. But in addition to that, it also has a Part A deductible, Part B deductible. Medicare supplement plans will come through and pay some of, if not all, of these charges, okay? Now, the Plan G pays actually everything that Medicare leaves behind except for one item, and that is known as the Medicare Part B deductible. At the time of recording this in 2024, the Medicare Part B deductible is $240. One time a year, annually, one and done. So simple, right? You spend $240 a year in your deductible. Once it's met, you have full medical coverage for the rest of the year as long as it's a Medicare covered charge, and you're good, right? It's a very simple plan. It's a very popular plan. And for most folks, it's a very good option for people to have. But what are the other 2 types of Plan Gs available in the marketplace? Well, the second one we're going to talk about is the high deductible Plan G option that probably more people are familiar with than the third one we're going to discuss. The high deductible Plan G option has all of the benefits and the same exact coverage as the Plan G itself does, but it also has a large deductible over the top that you have to meet before it will provide you any type of coverage, okay? Now, this deductible changes from year to year. In 2024, at the time of recording this, that deductible is $2,800 flat. So $2,800 that you have to spend. Now, sometimes people get this confused to where they'll think they have to spend $2,800 like a normal health insurance plan before they get any coverage. That's not necessarily the case, just as the secondary coverage options would apply to this deductible, okay? So Medicare being your primary is not subject to this deductible. So if Medicare pays 80% of your bill, you're going to get that 80% of the coverage without having to meet that deductible. It's just the 20% that Medicare supplement plans would have to pick up would be subject to the Medicare high deductible Plan G option. Okay, so it's a $2,800 deductible before the secondary kicks in, but the primary is chugging away the entire time. So for example, let's say you had a $100 bill in this scenario and Medicare pays 80% of it. Well, Medicare would pay $80 of this. The 20%, which is the $20, would then go towards the high deductible of $2,800. And it'd be $20 less essentially, right? So that's essentially how it would work. Now, why would anybody pick up a high deductible Plan G when they can just get a regular Plan G? Well, the simple answer to that would be the price of it. The high deductible Plan G is a much reduced premium than the regular Plan G would be. Now, how much? It's going to really vary depending on where you are, what state you live in, and what market you live in. For actually specific details on that information, call my office. We're licensed in 45 states. We can give you exact to the penny quotes on kind of what the differences would look like if you want to know more about this. Our office number is 801-255-5340. Again, 801-255-5340. One of our licensed team members can help you find this information rather easily. But That is essentially the reason why anybody would go with the high deductible plan G. And usually it's designed for people that are relatively healthy, that probably aren't going to use their plan a lot, and they want to find a way to cut down on the premium, but at the same time, having a good Medicare supplement plan option, and that's what the high deductible plan G does. Me personally, I'm not as big of a fan as the high deductible plan G, although I do see its purposes. I think it's probably more for a very specific type of person. And I would much rather go with a regular plan G because I believe that the whole purpose of a Medicare supplement plan is having the best coverage you can possibly get in preparation of the unknown, in preparation of what might be to come in the future. Now, what's the third Medicare supplement plan G option that nobody talks about? Well, it's actually, there's only one carrier, one insurance company in the country that has a patent on this, and I actually cannot say their name because they don't like us talking about them by name on these particular videos, but call our office. We can tell you all about it if you want to know more information. But they have a patented Medicare supplement plan option for the plan G that no one else has, and it is called the Innovative Plan G. Well, what does that mean, the Innovative Plan G? Well, think about it as a combination of the regular plan G and the high deductible plan G put together. It's a hybrid of the two. So like the high deductible plan G, it has the $2,800 deductible that you have to meet before you get any coverage. However, if you're on it, once you're on it for 3 years, this deductible falls off and then it becomes a regular plan G. There's no other plan like this in the marketplace today. And the reason why it's so lucrative is, like the high deductible plan G, the rates on the Innovative Plan G are discounted. Is it discounted more than the high deductible plan G? It just kind of depends on where you are. In most cases, probably not, but it is a far reduced premium than a regular plan G would be. And if you can be on it for 3 years and you can get through having that $2,800 deductible for 3 years, then after 3 years have passed, that high deductible falls off and you just have a regular plan G at the discounted price. Now, this insurance company I'm actually mentioning as well, if something happens to you health-wise, let's say something unexpected happens that's catastrophic, and you would most likely have to meet that $2,800 deductible, at any time, they will allow you to switch over to the Innovative Plan G over to their regular plan G and just pay the increased price of the regular plan G with no health questions, no underwriting. There is very few, if any, insurance companies that will require that, because normally, if you're not turning 65 and getting on Medicare for the first time, you have to go through health questions and go through underwriting to get any kind of Medicare supplement plan, with very few exceptions. So that is an amazing benefit that they'll let you do that during those 3 years. At any time, you can cut bait and switch over to the regular plan G if your health goes south, and pay that increased price. So the Innovative Plan G, to me, in a lot of cases, is going to be an incredibly attractive, incredibly lucrative offer. There's only one insurance company that offers it. We carry it. Most people don't. And most people don't talk about this. They don't realize that there are 3 different Plan G options. So just to reflect, regular Plan G, $240 deductible, one and done. High deductible Plan G, discounted, $2,800 deductible, but same benefits as the regular plan G. And then Innovative Plan G, $2,800 deductible, like the high deductible plan G, but it falls off after 3 years and you can switch over to a regular plan G and pay the higher price at any time. I hope you found this video helpful, educational, insightful, and I don't think there's another video on the internet explaining the 3 different Plan G options that are available. So if you could do us a favor and smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm, it would help us so much reach more people who need to hear this information. We're putting out information in a way that nobody else is on the internet right now about Medicare in an educational way, so your support means everything. Comment your thoughts down below. Is this something that you knew before? Is it something that you have questions about? Is there subjects that you'd like us to cover in future videos? We'd love to have a dialogue with you and talk about it. Thank you much for watching all the way to the end. Again, I hope this video answered some questions for you, and reach out to us if we can do anything to help you at Everything Senior Insurance. Thanks so much for watching, everybody, and happy Medicaring.